This video is proudly sponsored by Gamersgate. Download games anytime, anywhere. Visit Gamersgate.com.
Your turret is under attack.
Welcome to Elder Geeks Elder Speak. Today is Tuesday, July 31st, 2012. My name is Randy Asenchak, editor of ElderGeek.com. Want to apologize, it's been a little while since I did an Elder Speak, and that's not intentional. Just, kind of been a little bit busy around the house. But I hope you guys all liked the Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet review that I actually just put up last night. Of course, today I'm cracking really hard on the Orcs Must Die 2 video review, which if you haven't tried it out, it's like Orcs Must Die 1, but with co-op, so if you're interested at all in it, I do believe there's actually a demo for it, and if it really has you interested, but you don't want to make the full, purchase, if you buy Orcs Must Die 1, it's super cheap right now, and you'll probably have just as good of a time, but like I said, right now, I'm really enjoying the hell out of it, and I'm trying to wrap it up as quickly as I can to get that video review in your hands. I'm also working on my next personal project, along with Get Off My Lawn, and I'm hoping to get at least this personal video project that I'm working on. My goal is to have it done by this Friday, and for you guys to actually see it on Friday. But I don't know. Truth be told, just the way everything's kind of fallen together, it might get pushed back a little bit. But I'm really, really, really trying hard to get it out by this Friday because it's something I'm really proud of. It's come together very, very well, and I think it's something that you guys are all going to be really excited about. And also, as a little bit of a teaser for everybody out there, over the weekend, everybody at ElderGeek.com, we all got together and we actually started the planning and execution phase for our next charity marathon. So, more information about that to come, and it's going to be like all of our charity marathons. They're awesome. We try to get as many guests on the show as we possibly can. We try to get cool giveaways for people that come on to the show, and plus you get to see some awesome games being streamed, and you get to chat with all the guys and girls that actually work at EG. But that was my week. On to the news, I suppose. According to Eurogamer.net, E3 turns out that it's going to be remaining in LA for the next 3 years. Now, that seems like it's kind of one of those, well, of course, Randy, it's going to be in LA for the next 3 years. The big reason why I'm kind of reporting on it is because I don't want E3 in LA anymore. I realize that there's a lot of big studios out in LA, but there's also a lot of, there's also a lot of people in the DC and the New York area and everything like that. And to be honest with you, I'm sure LA wants them back there, but I would really, really love an E3, like, say, down in Florida or something like that. I would love to see E3 at, like, the Orlando Convention Center, but I don't know. What are your thoughts? Have you ever been to an E3 before? Would you want it to stay in LA forever? I don't know. I think that E3 needs to be shaken up a little bit, and perhaps a change of venue might just do the trick. So that's actually news item 1 for the chopping block. News item 2, we're actually going to be talking a little bit about the OUYA. Now, the OUYA, of course, got a ton of backlash, including from me. I'm not the biggest believer in the OUYA. I'm not saying that I want to see it die or burn or anything like that, because I actually do want to see the OUYA succeed. I'm just a little dubious, that's all, and I think as a conscientious consumer, I believe that's my right. But anyway, about the OUYA, it turns out that OnLive has actually signed a deal to actually be on the OUYA. Now that's actually kind of a big deal. And as much as OnLive was a little bit, I don't want to say OnLive was a failure, but it was really darn close. And the more places that OnLive kind of pops up, the better it's going to be, and with a legitimate service like OnLive on the OUYA, that actually gives it a little bit of more staying power as well. So that's interesting. About the OUYA, by the way, it has absolutely crushed, in case you actually haven't checked out the total that they've raised so far. As of right now, the recording of this podcast, or video show, or whatever we want to call this thing, they've raised $5,804,424, and there's actually over a week to go left in their Kickstarter, so that number is likely to go up, obviously. So OUYA, honestly, is going to be a hot topic until its release in March of next year. So, of course, I'm going to try to do my best to keep my eye on it and let you guys kind of know about where that's going. Over the weekend, I actually got an email from one of you actually talking about Dawngaurd for the PC, and of course what Bethesda's reaction to it. Last week, one of the developers for Dawngaurd actually came forward and said that there's no announcements yet for the PC for Dawngaurd, or even the PlayStation 3 for that matter. Now, a lot of people were actually on the internet kind of instantly got spun up and started getting really mad about how it wasn't coming to PC, but everybody always knew that it was going to be a timed exclusive to the Xbox 360. Now, in all honesty, if Dawngaurd didn't come to PC, yeah, I would be really, really sad. But I would still hold the standpoint that the PC version of Skyrim is going to forever be the superior version just because of the modability of that game. The mods for that game have already breathed new life into that game 3 times over. So the fact that it's staying exclusive to the 360, I don't want to say it's sad for PC and PS3 players. I would actually say that it's actually sad for Bethesda that they're not actually kind of spreading what is hopefully a good DLC like Dawngaurd to other consoles. I haven't checked it out yet. I haven't seen anything about it because, like I said, I have my copy on PC. So anyway, supposedly, according to PC Gamer, there is going to be Dawngaurd PC information coming, quote unquote, later this week. So I'm sorry that that's a little bit vague. You know, it's me giving a news story saying that there's going to be a news story coming up very soon. And in all likelihood, it's going to be good news. It's going to be them saying, hey, Dawnguard's going to be released on, I don't know, September 30th. Boy, wouldn't that be funny if that was true. But anyway, so Dawngaurd will likely come to PC. I doubt they're going to say, hey, there's going to be Dawngaurd information coming later this week. And then when they say, hey, here's the information for Dawngaurd about PC, it's not coming. I don't think that's going to happen. So it's looking likely for Dawngaurd to be on the PC. It's sad that PS3 players might be getting the short end of the stick on here. But anyway, hopefully they don't, because Skyrim is a great game. I know there's a lot of people that kind of rebel against it, and they don't like it a little bit, so therefore, since they only like it a little bit, they kind of have to, I don't know, they have to overemphasize how much they dislike the game, and they're like, oh, it's the worst game of all time. It's really not the worst game of all time. It just might not live up to some of its predecessors. It's still a good game, but, so there you have it. But that's it from me today. I really didn't have much else kind of going on. Like I said, just been really working hard for future projects coming up for ElderGeek.com. I really hope you guys enjoy them, and I appreciate all the honest feedback that everybody kind of gives us. I take it all to heart, and like I've said before, I read all the comments that everybody leaves for us on our YouTube channels, because they all go to an email account that I read. But of course, I don't have the time to respond to all of them. But thanks for following us. Really appreciate it. If you haven't had it, head on over to elder-geek.com. Check out some of the newer features that we've actually got up there. Jesse Bagachinsky is actually writing a pretty interesting little series. Because we're kind of in this summer lull time, he's running a series called Jesse's Backlog, and he recently just did a re-review of Trine, because he never played Trine before, but now that we're having this gaming lull, he's going in and doing it. And the cool part about it is you get to vote as to what he plays next. So Jesse's next games could be Sideway New York, Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl, The Witcher Enhanced Edition, Costume Quest, or Jade Empire Special Edition. And so far, he's actually covered Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and I think a few other ones as well. Jesse, of course, writes mostly articles for our site, but he's a really great guy, and he's a very, very honest and a frank person. And I find his articles always to be pretty interesting to kind of skim through, especially since a lot of the games that he goes back and replays, I've already played before, and it's interesting to see how he views it, a few years after its release through fresh eyes. So anyway, check it out. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. I will hopefully talk to you all tomorrow. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to send them to info@elder-geek.com. You can follow eldergeek.com on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch TV, all with the extension eldergeek.com. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, I do a little bit. You can follow me at Randy Asenchak. Again, talk to you all tomorrow.